They say Icarus is a graveyard for the greedy. A terraformed paradise twisted into a toxic nightmare. Usually, you don't drop into this hell zone without a squad watching your six. But the payout on this prospect, it's gonna be too good to share. So it's just me, my suit, basic gear, and a whole planet to explore. If the flash storms don't kill me, the wildlife will. And if I miss that orbital shuttle out of here, I'm staying forever. Let's make landfall. Well, here we go. You feel that stress? Yes, we're falling in. It's been a little while since I played Icarus. I got a good amount of hours in the game, but a lot's changed since I last played, and I thought, let's get stuck in and see how far we can take it.
First things first. If you want to complete missions for the UDA, you'll need to craft a short-range radio. Plenty of folks need help, and factions pay well for prospectors that offer their time. Up to you. Stay safe.
Why, thank you very much. So, we are in on the Conifer Zone. Let me just open it up. The map, obviously, as we know, is huge. We're going to get very much into a position where we're set up and good to go. And I'm feeling this pond kind of area down here. It's an area I know, and it's relatively middle. Already getting hit by a storm, though. But we're going to gather up a few things. For context, now, what I've brought in with me is the Zego Hark S5 and Virus suit and my backpack, which is in here. So got myself a little backpack as well, and this just gives us that little bit extra space and stuff. We're gonna have to deal with this storm as well. Haven't decided how I'm gonna play it yet. I do love making proper foods and farming quite a bit, but it all depends, you know. I'll go around grabbing a bunch of stuff, dropping it off if we don't need it, all that sort of jazz. But straight off the rip here, I'm gonna need a little pickaxe to get myself in out of the storm, it seems. So let's start with the two. One pickaxe. And we need a few more stone bits for that as well. But I'm going to go and get myself ready. Also grab up a bit of the oxide as well. All of this is going to get us XP, right? Alrighty, enough for my axe. We'll grab that one in as well. Every little thing we do is going to give us some kind of XP as well, which is really good. So... and yeah, we'll make sure we just stick that in our oxygen slot for now. Now, let's just kind of carve into this and make a tiny little shelter. And once we get near the red bit, I'll hop in. There we go. That little crouchy hole will be good. So in the meantime, we're going to obviously start logging and cutting things down. I need to get to my position first, but it's mainly going to be a lot of gathering. And there's our first level up. It'll be pretty methodical with how I unlock things as well, going into it. Ooh, hello. Pumpkin. So let's get in here a second. And let's go into, firstly, our talent points. And obviously we've got solo points that we'll be getting at some point as well. Now, really, a lot of it, I like the cooking and farming tree. I'm quite a big fan of that. But I've learned my lesson on that sometimes, that we probably don't need it. And where I earn getting the one-hit pickaxe is always going to be nice as well for when we go and do mining, because there's going to be a lot of that. So I'm probably just going to grab that, really, to get started. Habitation. And then tech tree, there's a few things we're obviously going to need. We're going to need, well, get our hands on a wood bow and the stone arrows. And we've got 2 more points. Now, mostly, we'll get the campfire and the stone knife, I think. Most of it we'll be able to get anyway. We'll be leveling up just before. So I'm just going to wait out this red bit, and then we'll get on over to where we want to start. And there we go, just coming to the end. Now, the start was very brutal. I mean, trees falling down all around us, but I will take this opportunity to do a bit of cutting anyway. And now, those of you who haven't played, this game does come with serious grind. Those of you that have, tell me your tips. I am always open for it. Like I say, I have played before, but there might be some new things that have essentially changed. We're on 96 kilos. Let's head on over. I can't really take any more of these trees. I'm pretty thankful for the ones we already have. Let's have a quick look. Actually, I might already be able to make a few of these things. And yes, is the answer. 10 arrows will do for now. And then we'll just make sure we get all of our basics set up. Now, I am a huge survival fan. If you don't know who I am as well, I do have a much bigger channel than this where I do city builders. But I always play... oh, hello. I always play survival games in my own little world normally. And I used to do a little bit of it on YouTube. But it's typically the grind. But I thought, you know what, if people love it, I'm going to do it. So we'll have to see. All of this is going to be stuff that we need. And there's a nice little level up. Now, the good thing about hunting is it does level you up pretty quickly. Let's get a little marker on the map then. I might go inside this little cove to the... Yeah, let's go to the side, actually. This little bit here. A little horsey there we could potentially tame, but I'm going to shoot the sucker. Because I need the XP. Now, in this game, the stone set really doesn't last long at all. Especially if you start whacking it with that. But I'm going to hit this because we got 5% less wear on the pickaxes. So I'll collect the bones via this little pickaxe, right? That makes a lot more sense. And I do believe right here, actually, there is a cave as well. So this is a really great start for us. There's quite a lot of stuff around that's going to make my life a lot easier. Now, we're going to have to deal with drinking horrible water for a while. But I do have berries, in all fairness. So I'll just eat these as I kind of run over, get a bit of that in. That'll help our food and water for now. And then we'll pick, well, a flat enough bit that we can build from. I'm thinking maybe just a small shack here for now, and then we'll start leveling some of this out. I'll put it up on stilts anyway, just to make life a little bit easier. I'll probably build out over the water. So, in the tech tree then, we're going to need our first bits of building, aren't we? And that also comes with our first bit of armor, but I'm going to need wood building base set to start. That's exactly what I need. And then we'll get probably, as much as I want these armors, I am going to need to get bedroll. And probably, let's go for the wood hammer, because that's what we're going to need, right? We shouldn't take long to level up anyway. And let's go into our solo points to start. So, increase max health, increase base movement speed, or melee damage, or stamina. So, I'm going to go stamina with my first point in here. And we're going to get these up as much as we can. And then normal talent points, I'm honestly going to go into... pickaxe damage ×2. It's going to make our mining very easy when we get onto it. Now, crafting, let's get 4... let's build the stilts first, actually. Maybe make 10 of those. Let's start with 6 of those. 1 door. We'll change the windows and that in a moment. Let's get the 4 angled pieces. And then we'll do the roof after. So it's time to build. Let's get where we want to go first. So we're going to focus grid. Let's actually, let me see. This way's better. All right, we got our first little block. Let's just switch to these. I've got to get used to the building again. I'm going to need obviously some stairs. But we are going to go all the way up. You know what? You can go there as well. So let's come back into the crafting. Let's do... I'm not sure how many wooden ramps we're going to need, actually. I just need to get up on top for now, and then we can figure it all out. Oh, hello, wolf. Leave me alone. Stupid wolf. There we go. We're all good. Now, I misplaced. I've got to build a hammer to get that back, but that's okay. I'll just quickly skin this. Just going to get used to all the building again. We'll grab our hammer real quick. I'm pretty sure I remember that being how you do breaking stuff down, right? We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, deconstruct. You just press Y on it. Perfect. So we've got our first little ramp anyway. We'll keep the rest. Let's start getting the walls around. So I'll make 10 to start. I'm pretty sure that's how many we'll need. And then the rest, I'll just make as many. Okay, I only got enough for 1 roof piece, but that's fine. All these building and that will get up our leveling and all sorts anyway. Then we're going to need a campfire and a little bedroll. That's the key thing to get us going from the beginning, isn't it? So we're all good. And then I'll go off hunting and start getting that. Well, pumping, really. And a bit more fur. So I'm going to have to go out hunting as well. So 1 campfire on the ready. And let's straight away go into our talent points and keep moving down this end. I do basically want to get this quite leveled up. And then when we move into combat, we'll probably go down the gun stuff as opposed to any of this. There's one for moving quicker with a bow out. Yeah, that's quite handy. But right now, I don't think we need it. Base movement speed is also very good. So I think I might grab the base movement speed. Okay, let's get our little campfire just here for now. And let's open this up. I'm going to stick in a little bit of wood, not too much. And I'm going to cook up, well, all of these bad boys, actually. We'll get ourselves a few steaks on the go. And then I'm going to go hunting. I've made a few more arrows, so we are good to go. I just need to make sure that I'm hitting stuff clean in the head to get that stealth boost as well. Alrighty, officially have enough fur now after a little bit of a hunting session. It helps us level up as well, so I'm in no rush. One thing at a time, right? I'm going to stay methodical as much as I can. But as soon as we have this, I can unlock storage and we can start just sticking a few things in the cabin. And what I'll do is just basically expand this out, like just loads, really. I'm going to just consume a steak. I'll probably leave them in here cooking. There's enough wood in there, I think, to do it anyway. I don't know if the carrots actually cook on there. So we'll stick them in as well. Right, one bedroll then. So we can set a spawn point. And then I'm going to come into the tech tree and we are going to hit the small wood crates. And where else do we want to go? Probably into some armor. And I'm going to go straight into bone armor. I don't need anything else. We're going to try and hit up a craft of each of these, starting with, well, left to right, hopefully. Don't know if we'll have enough for it all, but I'm going to do it anyway. It looks like we might have, so we'll be hitting up our bone armor anyway. I feel a lot safer wearing that as well. There we are. And I should also be able to craft. Let's just craft 2 of these smaller ones for now. Ideal world, I want to be able to just get onto the bigger ones straight away. Let's put them close to the door as a bit of a dumping box. And then one next to it as well. They're going to be pretty good. I'm going to put animal products in there and the sticks and fiber in this one. I'm going to go on a bit of a spree. I may as well get rid of these guys, to be honest. I don't need them right now. Helpful later, but right now I don't need them. Let's get our little bed rolled down. We need to be close enough to the campfire for it to work if we want to sleep and get the rested bonus. And we'll set this as our spawn point. And what a great start. So, time for me to go out and grab as much as I can then. Alrighty, got myself a nice level up. Let's start with our solo talent points. Let's go in. Honestly, that base movement speed is way better, actually. Let's keep ourselves safe with some extra health right now. And then other talent point, I think I'm going to come back into habitation. Although hunger rate is always good. And thirst. All of these are really good. So pretty much everything has a use, right? Stamina regen, let's get that. That sounds really good to me right now. Speedy wax, first responder. No. Repair, hammer speed. It's good for expeditions, but let's get the second one into 15% stamina regen then, so I can just work a little bit harder as we go through. The first night is almost upon us, though. It is 6:17, and I will be sleeping straight through to get the rested bonus as well, which is huge in this game as you decorate. Really excited to get it going, man. Honestly, just let me know. So I'm going to play at my own pace, enjoy myself, all of that jazz. And honestly, try and get some mining done real soon because it levels you up a little bit quicker. Look at that, stacking the logs. Ah, it's time for oxygen as well. I'm pretty sure we've got some good meals here. Don't think the carrot does cook, but I can consume the gamey meat for a bit of a buff. There we go, and we'll eat the meat as well. Alright, a fresh morning, let's do it. That should take us into the morning. Bam! And you'll see we have 10 minutes of rested bonus now. For those of you who don't know, that gives you plus 10% maximum health, 10% health regen, 5% stamina, and 5% stamina regen, and increases the rate at which food lasts when you eat it as well. So pretty handy to have. And I'm obviously going to go and stock up on oxite now. We've got 5 blueprint points, so let's kind of choose where we need to be. The key thing is get to tier 2 when it really opens up. There's going to be little things like bandages we are going to need to grab, but drying rack is really handy for ease of food quite early on, so we will grab that and get one built. Should get a spear, but I'm going to hold fire on that as well. Seed extractor we're going to want 100%. It's just going to make my life a little bit easier, and honestly, I don't think I want anything else from this tree. I do hear wolves though, which is interesting. Let's see if we can take a few of these out. Now, wolves give really good XP at the beginning. Probably one of the quickest ways to get a couple of levels if they're nearby. I'm going back home. I got quite a bit of oxite. I mean, we've got at least a spare stack. Done a bit of hunting. We're almost leveled up again. Got to try and get up to level 5. But I am going to slowly but surely just expand out the home and pretty much kill everything as we go past it. To be honest, it's just, it's the way. Now, what is it to craft one of these drying racks as well? We're going to need that. A little bit of wood, no problem. We've got plenty of that at home anyway. And we'll get our seed extractor in as well, which is... We've got the charcoal, we've got wood, we just need a bit more stone. It looks like we've got a bit of rain coming. We should be okay in the wooden one from that rain as well. Got everything I need for the stone, I think. So we'll go ahead and grab one of these. And we'll get these crafted up. So 1 drying rack. And let's grab our charcoal. Oh, barbecue carrot. What does that give us? Have a look at the stats on this. Projectile damage. Very nice. And 1 seed extractor. Let's get these 2 things down. Actually, I can't put the drying rack inside, can I? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just stick it outside the door. Go nicely to the side here, and I can chuck on the meat in there. We'll let that kind of dry out. I'm not sure you're thinking the... I know the stats on these are pretty good, right? Yeah, health regen is really solid on that one. Let's take a little bit of this with us. Although it should stay okay in here. I'll make sure I'm just consuming these off the top as well. You know what? I'm going to stick in a bit of wood just to keep the charcoal burning too. Why not? I think the fire might go out from the storm, but we'll be alright. We got our first bit of basic dried meat. It does give you 20 health when consumed as well. Now this storm shouldn't damage this wood, but I've got to be really careful just in case. Let's deploy our little seed extractor, and honestly that can just go over in the corner for now. And we're going to mince up a few things. We'll get you in. Let's mince up the berries as well. I think it requires a certain amount anyway for it to do it. So yeah, practically just mince all that up so we haven't got to worry about it. Right, worst of the storm is gone. So I think I'm going to go out and look for the seeds that I can grind up real quick. We should be able to find some. Probably shouldn't have cooked off all those carrots, to be fair. But I do want to get... I probably will do a bit of farming, because I like to... I do love a bit of role-playing. There's cocoa. That's going to help when we go into the cold biome as a drink that we're going to need. And there's tea as well, which helps for the desert, I believe. And all of it's going to help with these level ups, isn't it? There's level 5. But main thing is, honestly, getting to level 10. So I probably will have to go mining. I will just quickly check in the tech tree. Yeah, level 10, then we can get onto the iron tools and really start snowballing it then. Medium wood crate, we'll grab one of those in. I'll probably grab bandages, actually. It's quite an easy, and health recovery. All of this stuff's pretty good when you go out. And then we could probably get bone arrows instead of stone ones too, actually, now that I think about it. I'll save the rest of the points, though. Now, little tip, when you find a carrot, stop a second, because usually 3 or 4... sitting around. Now I don't know if any of you got better tips than I have, but I do notice that, and they usually come in little bunches, so it's very rare that you see one on its own unless you've already pre-picked them, and they typically do come with that. The other one's going to be obviously trying to find watermelon. Hey, speak of the devils, we find watermelon. That should mean there's a couple around here. There's one, there's a carrot, so here we go. There should be a few dotted around, and there's another one. It's quite hard to see them, but they do bunch together, which is really handy. So this is going to be all the seeds that we need, really, to get decent foods. And foods, I find, are one of the easier ways to get ahead in this game, because you can buff your health and attack damage and all that. Really quite something with it. Oh, what's this? Forgot about these. There's corn over there as well. Look at that. So these are the extractor things, aren't they? You can put the exotic deposit. This is much later on in the game, and then you have to kind of defend it, I believe, but... Fun fact, I've never actually done one of these, so that's going to be hilarious when we get to it. Alright, let's go ahead and absolutely go to town on this corn then. Alright, let's put them all in the mincer. There, we'll get the carrots in there. Let's put the berries in. We did manage to get quite a few soybeans. So for now, I'll just dump them all in. I'll probably split this stack, actually. Let's take a few of those for myself. I think we can grill the corn, which is pretty handy food. Let's go ahead and do that. All of this, we'll just keep eating whenever we can. At the moment, as you can see, we can take 3 food stacks, and it does help quite considerably. You know what? Maybe the water purifier wouldn't be such a bad idea. Same with when we get the oxygen pack too. This would be a little bit easier. Does require charcoal, though, I believe, for the water purifier. I'm going to go ahead and craft it, though. I'm not sure if this is the one you put in the water or not. I think it is. Yeah, so if we stick that right there and we stick in... some charcoal, I believe it creates that. Collects and purifies rainwater. Yeah, so we need charcoal. Now, there is some lying about. That's silica. But I did see some just over... Where am I? It's over this way. If I remember correctly, I did see a node of charcoal or coal over this way. That's silica. Sulfur. Maybe I was wrong. We're going to need all this silica. There'll be coal in here, but we've got to be careful of the old worms. Tell you what, let's mine into it. I haven't even got a torch yet either. Now that I think about it, I probably do want the basic torch before we go in. See, this is what I mean. Right, one more point then into the wood rag torch. Let's grab that. And then maybe... No, that lasts longer, but wood rag torch will do for now. And you can put that on your side bit anyway, so it goes into your light slot. And then I can press that and it'll light it up as we go in. It's pretty handy. Now I think about it, I probably want to grab the bone knife soon as well. Oh, there's some exotics in here. I'm going to get my arrow ready. There might not be worms. Oh, no. Let me in a bit more. Get all this junk out the way. There we go. I want to be able to run in and out. Yeah, there it is. So I just wanted to be pretty quick with these. I think as it stands, it's going to take 3 arrows with these guys. I should be able to dodge the poison, though. Missed that one. We're okay. There's one more. Poison doesn't last too long. And there we go. 3 wormies dead, and there's the coal that we need. Water is low. I'll sort that in a moment. We can't get any of the platinum. The only ones you can get is iron ore and copper to begin with. I'm going to leave the exotics for now as well. I'm just going to get what we came for. Although I'm pretty sure we could use the charcoal in the purifier. I'm actually not too sure. There we go. Let's head on out. We got exactly what we needed. We got a bit of weight. Let's grab this sulfur too. And open up and just finally use our talent point. So let's just double check, see if there's anything in survival. Is there one for weight? Yeah, weight capacity. 10% yield from mining stone. I think I do want the capacity one as well. Slow rate of food spoiling and nutrition from food. It's really tempting to just grab one of those. This is what I mean. I get too carried away. Let's grab a bit of weight then. Extra 5 kilos. Pretty handy, really. Gonna put me over. I may as well just grab it all then. We're pretty close to home anyway. Should probably look what it is to get one of those larger boxes too. It is just wood, isn't it? That's quite easy. Get one of those in just as a bit of a dumping box for now. Let's just dump this coal in this thing. Is that right? Oh, it's charcoal. Nice. So I didn't even need the coal. That's fine. It's rainwater. It's not the... okay, so that just collects rainwater when it rains. All right. For now, then, we'll have to stick with the ugliness of the other waters. That isn't a problem, though. Let's grab one of these. And let's craft up... Well, let's say 2 of these larger boxes, then. That should keep us going. And then I'm going to craft 8 bandages. I'm going to queue those up, too. The reason for that is we'll get some XP just for crafting. Bandages do pretty well. 100 a bandage, I think. And let's just get one here. And another one over in the corner for now. And this will probably just be for my ores. I know we can make stone piles anyway, but I'm just going to keep doing that. I think I need leather and bone to craft up some bone arrows. I'm going to make... I got enough for 26 because of the bones that we have. So that will do. That also gives pretty good XP. Look at it just ticking up. It's wonderful. And then a bunch of seeds. Seeds don't go bad either, so we can just keep those going and making those. And honestly, as you grow, we can make those little seed bars. They're quite a good little early food. Not honeycomb bar. Where is it? Energy bar. No. There it is. Berry and seed bar. It's not that bad. Now, I know I said I was going to save that last point, but I think realistically, I am going to grab myself... It might be worth getting something like a bone spear or sickle. I can use the knife to damage, to be fair. Let's just double check. So melee damage of that is 45 to 50. So we can, yeah, use the knife. I'm thinking the sickle because you get a lot of fiber from that sucker. So we are going to work on crafting one of those. So 1 bone sickle then. And what we can do is go out gathering a bunch of resources. It's all stuff I need to do. I probably need to expand the base a little bit as well. But now we've got a little bit of storage. We are in a good place. I'm just going to stick all the old building bits into that one. And we'll give this a bit of a move around. We'll keep hold of those bandages for us. But what this does mean is we're a little bit safer, right? So we'll probably... Well, let's focus one thing at a time. But what I want to show you is... Quick swipe of this. It is much better for fiber. And it only gets fiber if that is what I mean. So it's so much quicker. And we are going to need so much of it anyway as we go ahead. And we've got some charred corn as well. And I've just come back. I'm going to go back and forth. I'm just making sure I've eaten. I need to have a drink. And what we'll do is probably prep a few more wood stacks and some stone piles. So we're ready to kind of expand. The plan is, so when we build, I'm thinking some kind of U shape of some kind. So we'll have like a workshop and another part of this. Probably going to keep it to the 1 story because it just makes sense. But other than that, we'll be fine, I think. So allow me to go and do that. I mean, we don't have very good stuff yet. It's just a case of trying to level up, but I am going to do just that. I've just stopped and I'm thinking about it. Hitting it with a stone pickaxe just isn't the play. We'll do the stone collecting later on. I've got a stone pile there when we need it. But what I'm going to do is go and hunt to get these levels up. So what we'll do is open the map. I'm going to head a little bit down this way. So you'll see the desert over here. That is a really good way, but until we get onto slightly better kit, I'm not going to go level up there. I am going to head down probably to this corner of M11 because I do believe there's some better like bears and things around that area, and we're going to work on maybe a bit of that. So let's mark up just a bit of a marker on where we need to go. And it's going to be a never-ending grind of bones and leather that we need for quite some time. So I probably should focus on making sure we get some of those as well. I'll just grab some of these berries because we will need them. Did just see a deer. But yeah, I've got to make sure I do it properly. But like that was a complete waste. Now I want to kill this deer. I don't think I'm going to get it. I hit it on the horn. Just because I want my bone arrows back, but I'm not going to chase you. I was hoping to find a little bit more, but nothing at the moment. I'm not wasting on anything like a rabbit. Yeah, they're slightly higher level up here, so we should be a bit... There we go. There's a lovely bear. So I think I remember the method for this. We'll give it a good go. Although we have the arrows. Yeah, I remember it. And I killed it anyway. Okay, he's only a level 2, bless him. But as you can see, we got a nice chunk of XP just for that little bear there. And some nice prime meat as well. So I can't complain too much. Now, polar bear, not so much. I don't think we have enough arrows to kill one. They take a bit of a beating. So going up into the snow would not necessarily be the best play. Just more hoping for wolves, if I'm honest. There's another bear over there. That's good news. At least get a stealth shot on it. I missed that one. I'll be careful I don't mess this up too much. Oh, got a hit on me. Silly me. Just gotta be careful if they do get the hit. Just make sure you do the dodge thing properly. He's a much higher level, so you can at least take a beating. There we go. And a nice little level up to boot as well. As you can see, though, it takes some doing. I mean, it's still ticking up, so we did pretty well. So we'd probably need to kill like 5 of those to get a level up, but that is level 6. We'll take it right now. Every little helps, right? Now, because it is getting slightly darker, we probably should get our booty home. So let's mark it up and kind of move on just in case. Don't think there's any other deadly things around here. Although before we get home, let's go in. The solo ones are really important. There's the health bar one. Where's that? Base movement speed is always good as well. Let's grab that movement speed one. And then let's go into our talent tree. I'm going to continue probably... Well, I don't want to do that movement speed yet. It was probably a waste of a point. Weight capacity is always pretty handy, but we'll get a mount eventually. I do want to keep going this way. Yeah. Pickaxe damage. And let's do... I want to come all the way down this way. Although, isn't there one that you can get a hit and it automatically mines? Or am I making that up? Oh yeah, it's all the way down this way. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, slow down on that one then. That's good. So this one point here, let's have a little gander. Not going to touch these ones yet. Maybe the survival tree. Encumbrance penalty. I wouldn't mind. Food spoilage rate. That's not a bad one. And I'm sure there's optimal points on what you should probably be putting it in, but I don't really care too much. I put it in what I fancy. All part of the fun, right? I'm going to dry off some more. I'm going to consume one of those dried meats and we're going to go to sleep. And a fresh morning. We got our rested bonus. So let's continue on getting... Well, I think this is okay for the start. I think we do just need to keep hitting things up. Now, I do need to also mine up. So there's multiple things we're going to need. I need a bunch of oxide and sulfur and things like that. So we'll make sure we get all of this. Now, I know it's probably easier when we get better kit. And just hitting that level 10, I'm sure there's a quicker way to level up. The only way I really know is going out hunting and just basically building and doing your stuff. But I'm not in any rush anyway. I know mining certain nodes gives you more anyway. I've just made my way back over to the cave. I think what I'm going to do is go in, kill the worms, because I have reloaded. I think they respawn every time you come back. And I'm going to mine up some copper and iron. I think that's what we can mine. And that will give us a bit of an XP boost, I think. Now, I'm not a big fan of getting stuck here, though. I can't lie. There's one. I need to sort this. It's kind of annoying getting stuck. There we go. I'm a little bit poisoned, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. There it is. It's this floating piece. I'm just going to tank this. There we go. Those two are dead. I think that should be all of them. Don't necessarily want their stuff yet. I'll take the vestige because we need to make a statue with that at some point. I'm just mainly going to go and get my arrows back though. We might need... we'll grab them. We might need them at some point. Got a couple of vestiges. I actually need a drink now. Not ideal drinking cave water, but here we are. So let's start mining. I'm not sure. Exotics would give me some XP, but I'm going to leave them here for now. And I'm going to go ahead and get the iron. I'll tell you what, I'll do a couple of trips back and forth. And there we go. Level 7, mine 1000 oxide as well. Check me out. So just topping up. Looking good. I'm going to go back from level 7 now. I think, honestly, getting the extended shack and things you want to build probably better placed to level up through the wood, if that makes sense. So I can get all my foundations in, not actually build it out, but get them in. And then decide where our farm plots and stuff will go as well, because we're not that far away from doing any of it now. So, good start on the ores. Look, if we have a look, we've got some sulfur, we've got a little bit of oxygen that we need anyway. I've started silica. Yes, this stone could probably come out, to be fair. I'll keep hold of that. We don't really want that in there. I might keep some on me. We're going to need it. And let's take some of this wood. What I'm going to do is just make up a few things now. So, what is it we need? Wood and fiber. I think it's only wood for these guys. So we'll craft up one of these, place this down. Then we'll get our fiber in our hands and start laying, or just building the pieces really, ready to be built. So let's go. We'll start, let's say, 20 of those foundations. We are going to need them anyway. I do want to see how much XP. 32 XP for one of those. That's good to know. Let's build a bunch of the wooden floors. Right, and some wooden fences. So yeah, just going to craft all of this to place in here so it's ready. I also need to put in the actual windows, and part of me, I'm going to remove this from here, because when I try and get up, it keeps opening and closing the door. It's actually kind of annoying. So I'm going to deploy it slightly differently, like a little bit further back. There we go. That should be out of the way for when we lie down. We have some wolves venturing in. This is great. Come on in. I did leave a dead body down by the river, hoping that it would bring some in. So if I leave these bones here, I'm fairly certain it brings more. If I hover over it. I don't know, actually. We've got one down by the river, though, with actual meat on it, so I am going to leave that. With that talent point that we did get as well, where do we want to put this? So, plus 15% fruit and veg modifier, dried meat modifier, that could be pretty good. Food effects duration is also very good. Like, very, very good. Yield from butchering animals. I can't really see where we'd want to go down this one. What's genetics? Tamed creature gestation speed, perceived threat. Ooh, the perceived threat one's very good. Plus 5% chance to find stronger wild creatures. Now this could be good if we can get down on the genetics tree. Let's have a quick look. Mutation chance. Rarer wild creature variations. Tame creature. Okay, this gives you chance for those types of things then. Stronger bloodlines. You'll have to let me know on genetics, guys. I won't put any points in there yet. I know that's relatively new. It's all completely new to me, the genetics side. So, yeah, let me know on that. There it is. The lucky strike's down on this tree. I want to come this way then. So over encumbrance penalty and weight capacity will start pumping down this tree. I think that's sensible. And we do obviously have points. So let's have a look on the craft tree, see if there's anything we want. Maybe suture kit. We are going to need some of those, right? Because deep wounds are going to happen at some point. So we'll grab those. And I might just grab the oxidizer in. And let's work on getting some of this stuff crafted. So we've got enough for oxidizer. We have enough for... Let's maybe take 3 suture kits with us. Because we can heal that. Oh, hello. Oi. That's my stuff. Thank you very much. I haven't been seeing too many Terranus. They're pretty good for leveling up too. They give okay XP. Still not as good as wolves, but we will need to tame one as well at some point. Let's just stick the oxidizer down this way for now. And look, we've got plenty of seeds to start the farm too. So I think I'm somewhat prepared. So when you add the oxide to this, it just fills up. And what we can do is just consume it when we need it. When we're working around the base, it saves me having to keep worrying about it. Not like the most ideal product, but it'll help. And I do believe you can get to a point where you can unlock everything anyway. So it doesn't matter if you spend too many. But I do want to make sure we always have some points at hand when we get down this route. Because we are going to need them. Now, how do we make these? Salt, oxide, and bone. Wow, they're pretty good, actually. So, salt, oxide, and bone. We've actually got some salt right here. So, you know what? I'm going to make some of those health potions too. So, we're kind of prepped. I will make 6 of these then. Look, I'm testing theories, see which ones give us more XP whilst I'm going out and about. Because it has been quite some time since I played. I think that's quite important, right? And what's funny is this has a small chance of getting you with that illness, right? The dysentery. However, it's hitting me every single time I drink tainted water, so we really need to get on top of that. And I don't think there is one in the tech tree yet where we can do it from the water. Not that I saw anyway. Oh, it says basic water purifiers. So there's actually a basic water purifier. I'm an idiot. It's that one right there. So we need that charcoal. This one is pointless. So if we take that charcoal, it's not pointless, but this is the one we wanted in the water, right? So we actually need this one. And we'll have fresh water instead. So if we now deploy this underneath into the water, let's put it somewhere where it is like more accessible then. I'm actually going to end up building this way though. So let's just go under here for now. And then we chuck the charcoal in there. Look, that should start giving us water as well. And we're good. I'll leave that one for now. That doesn't hurt to kind of be there anyway. There we go. So we don't have to worry about failing with the old waterfront now. That's really good to see. All right, guys, that is where we end this first one, though. I'm really happy with where we're at. We've got the basic setup, a whole little campfire here. What I would like to know from you guys is, obviously, if you have enjoyed it, please let it be known. It is important that that happens on a new series as well. It determines whether, well, we carry on, really. All that sort of stuff. Really appreciate you being here, though. Subscribe if you aren't already as well. It's a massive, massive help. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.